Hello. Today we were going to do our midweek service for the end of the year where we do our burning bowl and we do our 12 power statements and reflections to begin our new year by releasing all that's old, things we want to change within our lives. And I know the weather isn't been the greatest. We've had a lot of rain. There's a lot of stuffy heads, a lot of things going around. So today, our midweek service is just Linda LaCroix. And it's all good. I'm sending love and blessings to all of you because I know where your heart is. It's into the burning bowl. It's into being a part of this. So I wanted to film it for you and give you a little meditation so that you have something within you. Feel that cleansing and that movement forward into 2024. So Happy New Year to all of you. And thanks for being a part of Unity of Lake Orion with me. I just so enjoy sharing the space and the time and the energy with you. So I want to go back to our sweetest Christmas Advent booklet from Unity Worldwide, because in the back of that booklet, if you haven't looked at it, do at some point look at the writing from Reverend Linda Martello Winsett on page 48, The Birth of Christ Consciousness. Now, I'm not going to read that whole thing to you, but it's very interesting how she lays it out, and that's part of why we're here for the Burning Bowl today. One of the things I want to bring forward is we've made the awareness during our Christmas season, our holiday Advent, that the Christ was born. We know it in Unity and New Thought to be that the Christ within us is rejuvenated, given the opportunity to be rebirthed into new ways of thinking, new ways of being and doing. And that was the light that was born to us on Christmas Eve Day. So what happens when the Christ is born? When we awaken to our divine identity, we find we are not hopeless. We are faith-filled. We are not weak. We are strong. We are not broken. We are whole. Joy undergirds our human experience. We are fortified by the knowledge of ourselves as divine humans, ready for all that is ahead of us. And I know we are all ready for what's ahead of us. But because I guess what I should say is we're all ready because we can't do anything about it. But if we're active and we're moving through it and we're playing our part, then we feel like, there's a greater energy flow. And there truly is a greater energy flow. Most important thing is for us to realize that it's not about the world outside of us, but how we look at the world outside of us and how we allow it to flow and move through us. Everything, Charles Fillmore taught us, is consciousness. Life is consciousness. So what we want to do is learn, what do we do with this consciousness? How do we expand on it? How do we get it working in our favor? And that is what we do at Unity of Lake Orion. And I know you know that already, but I just want to put that out to you before I begin today, and to let you know this is going to be just a quick little time frame with you, but I want to show you the tables real quick. First of all, please let me point out to you that way over here at the Oregon is the banner for the month of December, which is life. We're going to start at that point thinking about life, because that's where we're all at right now. We can watch the world on the outside of us and see what's happening, but in the whole end, it's really life. It's just consciousness flowing in every direction. There is no right or wrong. We don't want to blame other people for what's happening in the world, but to say the world is happening and we're here. We have to connect with it. We have to be that free-flowing spirit, the soul that came in to have life. So today now, as I bring forward the burning bowl, I've already written our statement, And I think it's pretty general and will be used for all of us, and I think it will be very helpful to all of us. I'm actually going to begin by reading today's daily word because that's something that we do all the time. And I'll be popping back and forth, getting in on the camera for you. So today's daily word is inner peace. The affirmation is, I surrender to the mystery of life and find peace. So let's breathe that in together as we say it together. I surrender to the mystery of life and find peace. Yes, we always want to do our affirmations and our denials because we're going places, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes I think if only I understood something more completely, or could figure out an issue that escapes my understanding, I could finally be at peace. But there will always be things beyond my comprehension. Always opportunities to grow in understanding. Today I make friends with the mystery of life. I content myself with the pace of my growth and all I have discovered and learned so far along my spiritual path. There is great peace and acceptance as I grow comfortable with uncertainty. I relax and learn from what life is showing me. My understanding grows steadily when I move in rhythm with the universe. I am learning, I am growing, I am at peace. And that was created or balances with the reading from Philippians 4:7, which reads, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. And so that's another whole talk, excuse me, on how that's going to guard your mind in Christ Jesus. But right now, we are going to move through some new things. I want to give you a little quote that says you cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. And that's a quote from Jane Goodall and pointed out to me by spiritualpassages.org, Reverend Scott Aubrey. So those are things for you to think about. Another thing I would like to point out as we move into this reading. So life is a blessing to each and every one of us. And we're going to do our meditation at the very end today, after we do our responsive reading. I want you to just breathe in and think about releasing and moving into greater ways of being. Actually, I think we should do the burning bowl first. So let me show you the burning bowl. Which is right here. And every year we give out a little item that you can take with you if you'd like, or a letter to God. Looks like this, and I'm happy to send it to you. Give you one when you pop in here. And the idea is that you write a letter to God explaining what you would like to see for yourself in the next year, for this new year. So exciting to be at 2024. And if you're like me, You're ready to release and let go of some things because you're moving in newer directions. And it's all good and it's all God, but first of all, let's look at the past, what's within us, what we would like to let go of. And what I've written on the paper is release of all that tangles my present and forward-moving energy. Anything that blocks our new choices of moving forward in life with grace and ease. So I'd like you to take a moment, think about yourself, center yourself, go into that little heart space, your knowingness, connecting your conscious mind with your heart space. And I'll read this one more time for release. Breathing in. Releasing all that tangles our present and forward-moving energy. Anything that blocks our new choices of moving forward in life with grace and with ease. And so it is a done deal. A done deal. Alrighty, and now let us move forward with our readings. So of course I'm going to be reading them out of the back of the church hymnal. Unity Wings hymnal. As I like them. So this is Christmas candle lighting service, and I do this one. This candle is lit for Peter, who represents faith. And its color is blue. And so we know that faith is something that we have to grow and endure in. It's not a simple act. Our response, if you can read it together with me or think on it with me, through the Christ faith within me, my faith is made steadfast. I hold firm and I am courageous. Get my other lighter. The second one is for Andrew, who represents strength. And it's green. And if you want to think this through, feel it within you. Through the Christ strength within me, I am made strong. I have the fortitude to overcome all things. The next one is lighted for James, son of Zebedee, who represents judgment. And the color is yellow. Breathing in, through the Christ mind within me, I make wise decisions. Divine justice is established in my life. And we have pink. And that represents John, who represents divine love. Together, breathing it in, accepting it into your being. Through the Christ love within me, I am now filled with peace and harmony. I attract good into my life. You see where the powers are bringing you? Into the 2024 year and beyond by just setting it into your system. Next, we light dark or purple. It's lit for Philip, who represents spiritual power. And breathing it in, saying it with me, or just accepting it into your being through your breath. Through the Christ power within me, my words go forth to accomplish God's purposes in my life. Ooh, breathe that in, that feels really good. The next we light for Bartholomew, who represents imagination, and his color is light blue. Breathing it in, by the imaging power of the indwelling Christ, I now see the good in every person and every situation. Also a good one, as a reminder of, like I mentioned before we started this, is that we don't want to look at other people and what's happening in the world outside is good or bad. We want to go ahead and move forward and let us know within our being that everyone is here doing the best they know how to do, and our job is to balance with that. So if you have any issues with that, that's one of the things you want to bring into the meditation today. The next color is gold. Gold, I like that. It also represents money, wealth, abundance for me. And it also is lit for Thomas, who represents spiritual understanding. Together, bring this understanding into your being. Through the light of the indwelling Christ, I understand the truth about myself. I am a child of God, loved and worthy. The next one we light is silver, and it is lit for Matthew, who represents will. Breathing this in, the indwelling Christ guides my will. I let God's perfect will be done in all that I think, say, and do. And that feels very good. Every morning we want to make that statement. Now we're lighting dark green. And dark green is for the disciple James, son of Alphaeus, who represents divine order. Breathing it in, the indwelling Christ establishes order in my life now. All things are working together for good. So even if you're not feeling 100% today, I want you to listen to that thought again. The indwelling Christ within you, the light of God within you, is moving and adding order to your life right now, putting all cells into divine order and divine aspects, giving you the knowledge and the wisdom to do what is yours to do. All things are working together for good. And as you move forward, just keep affirming that. And now we light the color orange. And that was lit for the disciple Simon the Canaanite, who represents zeal. The affirmation, breathe it in, this is for us. For you, Christ is the motivating power within me. I am now filled with divine zeal. I move toward my highest good. And then we have dark brown or russet. And that was lit for the disciple Thaddeus, who represents renunciation. And to breathing this in for all of us to breathe through the power of the indwelling Christ, I am cleansed and forgiven. I now let go of all unchristlike thoughts and feelings. I make room for God's good to fill my life. And lastly, we light the red. The red is lit for the disciple Judas, who represents generative life. The affirmation, and let's breathe this all in together, the indwelling Christ guides and governs the well springs of life within me. I am energized, renewed, and restored. Yes, you are. Yes, we are. The indwelling Christ guides and governs the well springs of life within us. We are, I am energized, renewed, and restored. So I want you to take those thoughts into your consciousness, and with the prayer of gratitude, I end the lighting of the 12 power candles. God, together, all the viewers, as each eye touches today's video, we see, know, and affirm the Christ light has been revitalized, refreshed, empowered by the 12 powers, awakened by the Christ consciousness. And we see, know, and affirm, God, that as they move forward into 2024 and beyond, they are learning to work with the powers, utilize them in their consciousness, and they go forward to achieve their highest good. We support them in all ways, giving them love, balance, hope, and order. For we are open to having others achieve their purpose. Breathing that in, together let us say amen. And as I was reading that, it does give me the idea to note that we here at Unity of Lake Orion will soon be Unity of Orion. And we are an open, loving, supportive community that enriches lives through spiritual healing and growth. And so today is part of that spiritual healing and growth. And now I want to take this moment to just focus a little bit more on this banner of life. And so the decorations will soon be down. And life is not over, but being put away to be celebrated again soon. And in the meantime, it's our work and our duty to have the faith. That's where we move to in January, the power of faith in the disciple Peter. And we want to remember that in order for all of our burning bowl and our 12 powers to actually work and function, we must put our faith in action. We must hold that faith. And so that's where we're moving to. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of affirmations. Just allow you to feel like you're here in the sanctuary with me, because the energy of you is in my heart, my mind, my consciousness. Seeing your wholeness and your wellness. And so, as always, I have affirmation cards, which I usually will always put out for these sacred days. And I am going to think about how many am I supposed to be picking today, so that I pick the one for you. Okay, so I'm going to mimic someone I've seen on the internet. She picks 3, but today I'm going to pick 4 for 2024. And then as I read it, well, actually you pick from 1 to 4, which one is for you. for this year. And on the second note, you can pick more than one if that's what you choose to do, because this is your life, your story. And as your consciousness sees or hears it, it may say, oh, 2 and 4 are for me. And I wouldn't want to limit you. You know my statement. God is an unlimited God, and we know that He is. That energy, that power, greater than all there is. It's unlimited. You'll never find the end of it. So why would I limit you on affirmation cards? Oh, sorry, somebody's at the door. You are amazing comes up. Invite your fears to tea. Stop comparing and nourish yourself. Okay, so I'm going to take them and read them to you. Number 1 is nourish yourself. Number 2 is you are awesome. And number 3 is invite your fears to tea. And lastly, stop comparing is number 1. Actually, stop comparing is number 4. So, think on which one resonates with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, or more. So number 1 is nourish yourself. Have you been using food to numb your rather than nourish? Be honest. If so, break that pattern today. Show yourselves that you care by choosing healthy, wholesome foods made with love. Eat your veggies, make a green juice, and toast to your longevity. Cheers! Number 2, you are awesome. Your greatest relationship is the one you have with yourself. Build it, strengthen it, praise yourself. Share what makes you proud. Your beaming delight will help others shift from glass half empty thinking to, heck, I'm pretty awesome too. And invite your fears to tea. Number 3. Fears aren't facts. Often they're just scary thoughts or feelings. Instead of judging your fears, invite them to tea. Offer them a cookie and have a chat. Listen to what they have to say. When you're courageous enough to be with what scares us, we receive powerful wisdom. And lastly, number 4, stop comparing. Apples don't compare themselves to oranges. Stars don't compete with other stars. They know there's room for all to shine in this ever-expanding universe. So embrace your differences. Celebrate your quirks and kinks. Bring your fullest expression of self forward and champion others when they do the same. So there we have our affirmations for this year, things that we can do to make the world a better place and be a better place. Be a better person, because as we know, if we want peace, we must be peace. If we want calm, we must be calm. If we want love, we must be love. If we want friends, we have to be a friend. So now I ask you to take that into your being as we prepare for our meditation today. I want to tell you that this is free guided meditation music background by Laborio Conte. Beautiful writings and beautiful workings. So as you're moving into 2024, no matter what's happening in the world around you, affirm your goodness, affirm your wellness, seeing yourself perfect, whole, and complete. Absolutely wonderful, awesome, amazing, just the way God made you. This meditation is called Stellaris. So as you take a cleansing breath in, feel yourself moving into greater places, into farther dimensions, into a world beyond your greatest dreams. A world farther, much greater, and more expansive. Than where you have been yet in life. Feeling perfect, whole, free. It's a great time to ask you to be sure you're sitting comfortably, knowing there's no right or wrong way to be in meditation, only a time to be in the silence with that still small voice. And as you're breathing in to your heart space, affirm with yourself. Love has no barriers. The energy of divine mind, spirit, all lives within us. And during our meditation time, we breathe in deeply to that love area that has no boundaries and can easily tap into source energy. And as you sit in a moment of silence, listen to the music. Listen to the sounds of nothingness. Tap into your heart space and know that you bring your awareness into source energy, into the greatest love energy there is. Affirm to yourself. On this rock, I hold my faith. I stand tall and strong. I feel the loving energy moving in and through me. Then I'd like you to focus your conscious mind on the very low back, right at your tailbone. And right where life begins. feel that your hips are balanced, your feet are balanced. You are balanced with the world. And you balance by knowing you are within consciousness, the ever-expanding, never-ending field of consciousness. And if you lightly rub your hands together, that's comfortable for you. And then lightly begin to pull them apart. Put your awareness on the energy that you feel between your hands. Then you can just slightly move your hands and you feel the energy continue to be moving and be held between your hands. This is who you are and what you are, energy, an energetic life force. Just being energy of whatever your thought processes are out into the world. And as you feel this energy between your hands, I ask you to feel the love connection between you and Source, you, Spirit, Divine Mind, Oneness, Universal Energy. And allow that awareness to fuel your consciousness, your body. Every cell, every atom, every little adamantine particle that makes you, you. And now feel that life force. In your mind's eye, send that life force to your tailbone. Your powerhouse, your light, your love. All the good you have into your spine, the base of your spine. And it's in this area where the spinal fluid flows up and down. And every night while you are resting, your energy is doing its healing, its cleansing work. Breathe into that knowing and feel that strength and power that it has for you. Know that it's a fountain of wisdom, filling you, giving you so much power and energy. And if it brings tears to your eyes, just thinking about the power, the energy that lies within you, the God source within you, allow those tears to flow because tears are healing. Put your hand on your heart, both hands, one hand, whatever feels right to you. I want you to affirm I have moved forward in life. I continue to move forward to my greatest and best self. All God energies work in and through me. For I have the power of faith working in and through me. I have the power of strength, and that fulfills me and makes me whole. I have the power of wisdom, and that wisdom guides me every day. I have the power of love. With my power of love, nothing burdens me. I have the power of power of knowing, of moving forward, the power of imagination within me. I'm creative. I find new and better ways. I have the power of understanding. I understand my directions. I understand God's direction and Spirit's flow in and through me, crafting me with divine guidance and the power of will, moving through me, strengthening me, pushing me forward. The power of order, where everything is in divine timing, divine planning, and organized. The power of zeal is within every cell of my body. And I am zealously waiting and moving myself to my greatest good, my highest self, with joy. The power of release moves through me, and I instantly know that which no longer serves my highest good, that which will not benefit me, and I denounce that from my life with denials and truths. And I release what no longer serves my highest good. For I have the power of life, fulfilling me, making me whole, affirming my birthright. Affirming my energy, the energy of God that I work with. Knowing I am one with the Spirit of God. And knowing that God energy is all there is. I may only be a grain of sand, but I am important to the earth that God created, and my energies and my actions are needed by the world and wanted by the world to go out and do greater things. And now breathing into that thought process and that oneness. Let me affirm one more time that you are amazing. And now if it's comfortable for you, as you're coming back into the space, into the sanctuary, affirm to yourself,